While I was cleaning up my workshop, I found this worn-out disc, so I thought about making an axe out of it. It's 3 millimeters thick, a little more than usual, which makes it perfect for this project. After cutting the printable template, I'll glue it onto the disc with spray glue to guide me as I cut it. I'm going to cut it with an angle grinder. The thickness of the disc makes it harder to cut than in previous projects, but little by little I give shape to the steel. While I'm doing this, I mark the position of the pins before tearing off the paper. Now I'll prepare this template that will help me give the axis edge its proper angle. I sanded little by little to obtain a radius equal to the axis edge. Now that I got hold of a blowtorch, I'll try distempering the steel, softening it and making it easier to drill holes in it. Once it starts to take on a black hue, I stop applying heat and wait for it to cool off gradually. The operation starts off smoothly, but eventually the same thing that happened to the folding knife I'd made a while ago happens again. After drilling a few tenths of a millimeter, the bit stops advancing. I may not have distempered the steel enough. Then again, I'm sure a sturdy column drill at lower revolutions per minute could drill through the steel, but as it stands, I have no choice but to take the same approach I did with a knife. After making this little groove, the operation is back on track, and I managed to drill the hole, although these bits are now in dire need of some sharpening. I'm going to temper the edge with a blowtorch. I heat the steel up until it's red hot, and then cool it down. Now it's time to sand it. I'll use my thickness sander with P120 grit sandpaper. I'll finish sanding it by hand, first with P320 grit and finally with P500. I'll sand the curved edges with a Dremel. Now I'll make a handle with this piece of olive wood. Also, I'll make a rebate for the steel with my table saw. I finished the job by hand. I'll use epoxy resin to bond the wood to the steel. I've made 2 pins out of a steel pipe to make the axe more resistant. After letting it dry for an hour, it's time to finish the job. I cut off what's left of the pin by hand. If I were to do this with a belt sander, the steel would heat up, softening the epoxy and weakening the handle. With the belt sander and the thickness sander's drum, I continue sanding the handle into shape. Then I finish the process by hand. After a good sanding, all that's left is to apply some oil and sharpen the axe. The edge seems to cut pretty well while remaining sharp. I think I'll get some use out of this project in my workshop. That was all. See you next time.